Hello, my beautiful mystic hearts, and welcome to today's love reading. All right, so we're going to get straight into it. So, I was hearing that somebody is feeling really frustrated at the moment. So, I think you're waiting for a message to come in, and it's just got you feeling really down and frustrated at the moment. So, let's take a look and see what's actually going on with you and this person that's on your mind as well. So, we'll just start off with a quick check-in of yourself. So I'll get the little black cards today. We'll start off with those and we'll do a quick check-in of yourself, your energy, just seeing what's around you with this connection. And then we'll tap into the person that's on your mind as well, and we'll get into that for you. All right, so let's get started. So I'm just going to get your energy through these cards here. So I just want to pull through just what's around you at the moment, what's happening with this connection and this person that's on your mind as you see it. So what's happening with this connection? All right, so we're just going to split the deck to start with. And let's have a look. All right, so as I thought, so I don't mean to laugh. It's just funny to hear the messages that I hear before I start these readings, and then to see what's initially split the. I'll get my words out in a second. What I initially split the deck on. So we've got sunglasses, and we've got watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. And then we've also got not enough. So frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego, issues of jealousy. So I'm getting a couple of things for this. So I think that this is actually you at the moment. I have a feeling that you might have gone into the person's on your mind, actually into their socials. I have a feeling that you may have been stalking them a little bit. So I think you may have been looking them up. So for some reason I just heard Instagram straight away, so looking through their stories. Also your masculine, I feel like I'm talking to the feminine here. So also your divine masculine may have for the very first time seen one of your stories as well. And maybe that's where this frustration is coming from, because this masculine has just popped up out of nowhere. I'm thinking, and I think you're waiting for that message to come through from him, which still hasn't come through yet. And I think that's really causing you a lot of frustration at the moment. Either that, or you just got this intuition that your masculine is looking in on you. I also just got the message as well that you might be online, and so you have got knowledge that this masculine has watched something of yours, or you've got some way of seeing that. But I think that's really caused you a lot of frustration here, which is really leading to these feelings not being enough. So frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage. I just think that this is how you're feeling at the moment, is a bit of like not enough, which it's sad. I hope that you're not feeling this way. You know, I will say that if you do identify with either a divine counterpart connection, so, divine masculine, divine feminine, or a twin flame connection, just depending on where you are in your journey, then everything happens for a reason. Everything has to. It's all under divine timing. It's all under divine protection as well. So if there has been delays with this masculine coming through, then it all has to happen for a reason. I'm just being told to remind you of that. And I think that you do know this, but I think that you're just having a lot of doubt at the moment. And it's really, just really leading to these feelings of not being enough, and just a real sense of frustration. So let's split this a little bit further for you. I will also say as well that I will be referring to him, she, divine masculine, divine masculine, divine feminine. It's not a gendered reading. So you could identify with either the masculine or the feminine in your connection, and you might actually resonate with either or bits of both, just depending on where you are with your journey. But yeah, it's definitely not gendered. It does not matter which meat vessel you're in. All right, so let's have a look. And really just get into this a little bit more. What's going on with this beautiful collective spirit? What's happening? Well, I've got cards that are wanting to poke out, but they're not coming out. One more, please. One more, please. Oh, we'll take that one. I want it to come out. Okay. Like I said, I'm getting a very frustrated feeling here. So let's see what's come out for you. The first one that came out was Hand of Cards. So take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, or gambling. We've got the Snake. We've got Hammer. Then we've got Stabbed in the Back. Coffin. Gosh, this is some pretty heavy energy, I have to say. I do really feel for you, collective. Beautiful Mystic Hearts, I do feel for you. All right, so like I said, I think that you have been on this person's socials and you have you've actually found something, I think, or you have heard down the grapevine something that's been going on. Either that, or I think maybe you have intuition about this person as well. But so we've got a Hand of Cards, so taking a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hands. So I think that this is this person right on your mind, your masculine. So if they have gone through, so if they're actually ones that have been stalking you, then, so when I say stalking, I just, that could actually be on socials. It could also be energetically stalking you as well. But I can just see here, so not showing hands. So it's really, it's almost like a mask card as well. So this person is not showing really how they feel about you. So they really are keeping their cards very close to their chest. I think you want this person to take a chance, which they sort of have. If they've come through to you and they've, out of the blue, they've now liked a story, or they might have, I just got the message to, they might have even come through like a really basic message, like a hi, like a really dry message. It's like a hi, after it's been some time, which I feel also is really frustrating. So really just not showing their hands at the moment, really just, just keeping their cards to their chest, really not showing you their true emotion here. And then we've got the Snake. So we've got completion, energy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. This, I think, is how you're viewing your masculine, as you're viewing them as a bit of a snake at the moment, is really how I'm feeling, that, that they have kept things in the dark from you, which I think is why I'm just feeling like something's maybe come to light here for you. I just want to get another card here just for this Snake. So what is this Snake? Is this how you're seeing this masculine? So I'm going to get one more card for the Snake, please. One more card for the Snake. Healthier choices. Yeah, so this is this masculine. So you're really you are really, you're really seeing this masculine as the Snake, really. Like I said, I think maybe you found out something about this person, and maybe they also have, maybe at the same time, maybe you've found something out and they've also been stalking you at the same time, energetically, or they've come through and they've liked something of yours, but you're really trying to step into healthier choices here. So I think whatever you found out, or what this message that's come through, has really put you into a bit of a tailspin. And I think you're trying to find better ways of doing things here. Like make healthier choices, self-love, self-care. It's really frustrating you that whatever's happened here has really, you feel like it's really brought you back 10 steps. I just heard that, that you've been doing lots of really great work in your life and you've got a lot of abundance and a lot of positivity around you at the moment. Whatever you've just found out, or is what just comes through to you, is just, you feel like it's just really put you back 10 steps again, almost like it's ripped a band-aid off almost. And we've got here, so stabbed in the back, so heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. This is what I mean. I think, with the knife there, I really think that you're just feeling very negative about this masculine at the moment. Then we've got the Camera card here, right? And then we had that healthier choices. So I feel that it's been some time since you and this masculine have had any kind of contact between the two of you. And I think whatever has come through here has really come through as a real surprise. You know, you've really got this hammer. So the hammer is my card for the rebuild, right? So the rebuilding after a big tower moment. So I think that you have gone through a succession of towers over the last few months, I was hearing. But it's, you know, really pushed you into making those healthier choices and to becoming, you know, a better version of yourself. You know, I've just heard that there were also, you know, potentially addictions, food addictions I was just hearing. And I just think that you're just getting out there, you know, trying to just really make a better life for yourself. I heard as well that you're just getting back into the gym as well. Just making healthier eating choices. You might have also just given up sugar. I just heard that. So this, you know, message that's come through also I think has like I just keep hearing you feel like it's put you back 10 paces, which is really really messing with your head at the moment is what I heard, which is where all this frustration and this hurt is coming from. And then we've got coffin here, right? So end, new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. This has happened as a result of this connection. You know, as you've been going through and you've been doing your, you know, all of your shadow work. I just, you know, heard, you know, really been focusing on shadow work, on, like I said, all of those really good, healthier choices is what you've been focusing on at the moment. And I think you've been doing this for quite some time. I've heard for the past few months. For the past few months, you've really been focusing on this. And like I said, whatever's happened has just really, you feel like it's put you back to square one again. I want to assure you though that it hasn't. I mean, we will break down your connection a little bit further, but I'm just being reminded, or I'm being told to remind you that everything does happen for a reason, and that whatever has come across your table it's a love test, right? Is it, how are you going to handle this? So you've been really focusing on self-healing and, you know, that inner child healing, you know, really, you know, that real inner reflection, you know, what, you know, your fears of abandonment, of addiction, really going back and healing that stuff out and really looking to see, you know, what you want in relationships and what you don't. And whatever's come through to your table really is an opportunity for you to put what you've learned into practice now. I just heard that you now need to put into practice everything that you've been learning so far. So it's not that it's put you back 10 steps. You need to change your frame of mind. I've heard you need to change your frame of mind, that it's actually an opportunity now to demonstrate all of this wonderful learning that you've learnt, for want of a better word. All of this amazing learning that you've done is now, yeah, it's a time to actually put that into practice. All right, so that's your energy at the moment. So it's a bit heavy, I have to say. So let's have a look at this masculine and just see what on earth is going on with this masculine. So why has he come through? When I first sat down, I was hearing that the masculine hadn't come through, and maybe that, and there was this frustration. But I think that actually what it is that this masculine has come through to you, but it's not what you were expecting. I don't think it's what you wanted. So I think that's where this frustration is coming through from. So let's get this deck. So this is the Broken Mirror deck. It is a twin flame deck as well, but it's got really good pictures. And I feel like we need to see pictures at the moment just to break down this masculine. So let's do it. So just ring this energy in, and we'll get into it. So what's happening with this masculine, please, universe? What is happening? This masculine in this connection. All right, I've already got cards trying to flip out. We will take this one. I'll come to that. Let's split the deck. Being told not to look at those cards yet. So let's just do a shuffle. Get a couple more. That is actually two more. All right, so let's deal with these cards to start with. So this one was the first one to come out here. So we've got spiritual attack, karma, divine intervention, facing their demons, which is very interesting considering the message that just came through to me before about divine intervention, that everything happens for a reason. Then we've got guidance. This one came out next, envy. Mind games. And then toxic people. All right, we'll just move these over a little bit. All right, so we've got spiritual attack, karma, divine intervention, facing demons. So there, you would actually have knowledge of this, right? You would have intuition about it potentially, but I think you've actually got knowledge of this. So this masculine is really going through some significant tower moments. I will get some tarot to confirm this, but I think that, yeah, that your masculines are really going through a significant tower moment. So he's really facing into karma, really facing into his demons. So I think that that addictions were a big part of this. So I think that addictions probably played a big part in both of your journeys. I think both of you have had issues around addiction that you've had to actually heal out, and it could be for a variety of things. So it can be substances, it could be alcohol, it could be food, it could be a variety of things, but that's what I'm hearing at the moment. So this is currently what this masculine is going through. Gambling, I just heard gambling as well. I was also just heard the message as well as about inner demons, as in when it says facing demons, as in how this masculine really feels about himself, about how he deals with the world. I also heard that as well. So he is really going through a huge introspection phase at the moment, for want of a better word, which doesn't surprise me that he has then popped up in your energy again, right? With, I think, a message or something that is just not what you wanted it to be. But he's currently getting guidance at the moment around this. So faith, healing, intuition, dreams. You might have actually just had a dream about each other as well. You dreamed about him. He's potentially dreamed about you, but he is getting guidance, which means that he is potentially reaching out to friends as well, family. I just heard the message that might not be the best advice that he's getting. So maybe this actually presented issues in your connection as well. So the fact that he was, reaching out, maybe he got some pretty dodgy advice from friends and family, both about this connection, but also about things in general in life. But I think this is part of this karmic cycle that he's facing into, that he's currently trying to close out. Which brings me over here to this toxic people card, right? So addictions, bad advice. Well, this is confirming what I was just saying around addictions, bad advice, around, wrong crowd. I think that these people have been around him for a long time. And like I said, they would have also impacted on your connection with this person a lot as well. And I think this caused a lot of issues within both of your lives, and also issues within the connection. I think that this bad advice that this person got as well was around you And probably these people probably thought they were giving this masculine the best advice. But I think that he's looking back at this now and has got serious regret about the way this connection ended. And I think that's really why he's reflecting. I can feel that he's really reflecting on this at the moment, especially because he's going through this karmic, right? So facing those cycles, facing those addictions, really getting guidance here. I just have the word faith as well. So I feel like this person has really turned back. I'm potentially religion, but I also heard spirituality. So I think that this person really didn't have any sense of spirituality or any kind of sense of a higher being, depending on whatever you pray to. But I don't think this person ever had a feeling of that there was anything outside of themselves for a very long time. And I think that this is actually getting this person to tap into that, actually to tap into their into their divine masculine. Also here, this is my card of distance as well. So with this here, with the road and with the cars, and also motorbikes as well. I always see a motorbike when I see this card. So potentially motorbike is significant. But I always see distance here. So I think that there is quite a bit of physical distance between the two of you. Not just emotional. I think there's definitely emotional distance, but I think there's quite a bit of physical distance here as well. Just to tie you to this reading. But then we've got hateful, spiteful, jealousy. So I think that this is this person going through your socials. I think that they have just reached out. And I think that they are feeling really envious, jealous about the life that you're living at the moment. I'm just hearing that when there is a lot of karmic interference going on in this person's life at the moment. And I think that they're looking at you. I think that they have seen you out with friends, out with family, having a really good time. And I think that this person is looking at you with envy. And I think that you would know this, which is not great energy, I have to say, my beautiful collective. It's very heavy energy, I will say. And then we've got mind games, immature, testing you, analyzing. So this is this message that this person has come through to you with. And I think this is how you feel about it as well, that you feel that this was quite immature. I do think that this message, whatever's come through to you, was very much a hey. And really, testing you. It's definitely how you feel for sure. And this person probably is. They're probably trying to put a toe in the water as well. For those of you where this hasn't come through yet, I'm also getting the message through that for a couple of you, this actually hasn't come through, that there hasn't been a message. There's just been a pop-up. And this is really, you feel like this is really messing with your mind. In fact, that's even, I think, even the words I said to you when I first split the deck on the last deck with you, is that you feel that this is really messing with your mind. I think this is what's happening here. This is just confirming that first deck. All right. So let's get another row here. All right, so under spiritual attack, we'll just deal with this one first. So we've got sick and tired, so cycles over a decision made. Yeah, so this is confirming it. So he currently is going through karmic cycles, which is what I said. So we've got, divine intervention. Everything does have to happen for a reason. I'm being told that I need to remind you of that. That whatever is happening in this masculine's life is for a reason. So while you are both on this journey of healing, whether it's a twin flame or a divine counterpart connection that you identify with, the masculine has typically got the avoidant veil on, yeah, and so they don't want to deal with their childhood trauma, or their fear of abandonment, their lack of communication, their unhealthy communication style. They don't actually want to deal with it, and they will avoid it just through the nature of being, having that avoidant veil on. They will avoid it for as long as they can. And so what happens is that the universe, your angels, whoever you pray to up there, will continue to put karmic relationships and karmic situations in front of this masculine until they eventually just surrender to the healing journey and then start to heal. And I think that that's really where your masculine is at the moment. So he's really going through that karmic cycle at the moment. He's really trying to actually close out a cycle here. And he really is just over it because what is happening over there, like I said, I'll get tarot just to have a further look at it. But there's just a lot going on over here. There really is, and these toxic people, these addictions, this wrong crowd, this is really having a huge impact here on this masculine's life at the moment. And he really is over it. So we've got guidance, faith, healing, intuition, dreams. Then we've got distractions. So temptation's always busy, kept you waiting. I think this is what's playing on this masculine's mind so much. I'm just going to put just something over the top of that. Just don't want to get in trouble with that. But I think this is what is really weighing on this masculine's mind a lot is how this ended between the two of you, and the fact that he did keep you waiting. He was always busy. He never made you feel like a priority when you were together. And this is really playing on this masculine's mind. This is this guidance that he's trying to get, trying to talk this out. I also heard that he might also be getting professional guidance as well. I just heard that. But this is also very much around, the avoidance, right? The avoidance veil. So always busy, always avoiding you, avoiding situations. There's always distractions going on. Distractions also to do with addictions, just numbing things out, just keeping himself distracted so that he never actually has to deal with anything. But I think this is what he is getting guidance on. And like I said, I just get this feeling like for the first time he is actually developing faith. So, a belief system in something higher than himself is really what I'm getting, which is actually beautiful. I will say that is actually beautiful, but he's going through some real heavy burdens at the moment. All right, that card wanted to come out, but it didn't. So let's keep going. So we've got envy. It's actually flipped over, so I feel like I need to take this. Oh gosh, these cards are just getting heavier and heavier. So now we've got Inferno. So we've got jealousy, which I think is, him looking in on you. Like I said, I think that he's been potentially stalking you, as I think you were for him as well. I think he's just reached out to you. But look, we've got envy, Inferno. So a chaos, job loss, everything is crumbling. And I think that he's looking in at you, and I think you're in a very different stage in your life. Typically the feminine will be far further ahead in her healing journey than what the masculine is. And like I said, not gendered, it's not gendered. But just if you are identifying with the feminine or the masculine, if you are the feminine, then you are typically a lot further ahead in the healing journey than what the masculine is, just purely for the nature of an avoidant and of a longing veil. Is it the feminine starts that journey far earlier than what the avoidant does, because the avoidant is trying, as I said before, trying to numb themselves out, trying to avoid having to go through that healing journey as much as they can for as long as they can. So I think that he's looking in on you at the moment with envy about what's going on in your life. Like I said, I think you're in a very abundant place. I think that there's been a lot of really hard work done on your end, and how I think that a lot of that's coming, the fruits of your labor are starting to show. And I think that that's really, it's really put this masculine into a headspin himself. So we've got chaos, job loss, everything's crumbling. Like I said, real tower moments going on over there with the masculine. I also feel like legal issues might be an issue here as well. I wonder if the legal cards will come up at one point. But let's go. So we've got mind games. There we go. What's this one? And then under mind games, it comes up dating. So new love options back on the market. Very interesting that card would come up under mind games, because it's almost like that's what this masculine wants you to think, that they are out there dating. I don't know why I just heard that, but I feel like this masculine wants you to think that there's new love around him, or maybe you've seen something. Maybe when you popped in on his socials, maybe you've seen something, or you've heard something down the grapevine that would indicate that he's dating someone new now. But it's come up under mind games, which would mean that it's not really happening. If that has come out, then it's a real mind game at the moment. That's actually not happening. And I really do have to say, my beautiful collective, if this is in fact your collective, and this is the energy that you're dealing with at the moment, then you need to just leave this masculine be to deal with whatever is going on in his world. You just need to leave him be. You need to give him space, because you don't want to be caught up in this. Like, there's a lot of very heavy energy here. All right, we actually got two more, so we will take both of these. So we've got Netflix and chill, and then we've got push pull as well. So this has come up under toxic people. So we've got Netflix and chill, and then push pull. Once again, this is the relationship that you guys had, or this is how this person made you feel. It was a Netflix and chill situation. And then we've got that push pull as well. So the push pull dynamic is actually my card for a twin. It's one. It reminds me of the twin flame. It's not actually one of the twin flame cards, but it always reminds me of the twin flame journey, because you've got that constant push and pull between the two people. Between the divine masculine and feminine. It's like a magnet, right? You push and pull each other. So I do think that you both identify with the twin flame journey. I do think that, or at least of a divine connection in some way. But there has been real imbalance here. I also see that word stubborn as well. Stubborn always reminds me of like that real bull energy. So Taurus. So you could be dealing with an earth sign. So it actually could be a Taurus, or it could be Capricorn, Virgo, or it's just hearing those as well. That real push-pull dynamic between the two of you. And then Netflix and chill. So sneaking around, friends with benefits, spending time with someone else. This is the connection between the two of you. And certainly how this person made you feel when you guys were together is that you weren't a priority, that there were always other priorities around you, or not around you, but around this masculine, that were always ahead of you. And it's really just really made you feel like that, for want of a better word, but really like a situationship is what I'm hearing, which is incredibly hurtful. I've just heard that. It was incredibly hurtful. And there's that real chase and runner dynamic between the two of you. And like I said, when I first sat down here, is I think that all of this energy, it's so heavy, and I think this is everything that you've been trying to leave behind. Like, you were really going into an abundant path here, and I know that you feel this, which I think is why there's just so much frustration here with you. And also that feeling of not being enough, because you have come so far in your journey. You've been really focusing on yourself, that inner healing, that inner child work, inner wounded child work, I should say. And whatever has come through here, this, whether you've seen this person pop up on your stories, or, if they have actually sent a really dry message to you, I just think that it's sent you into such a tailspin for good reason, right? Because I think that what's happening here. I think that what's happening. And look, I'm just here for advice. But really, honestly, if this is what's going on, then you need to just be taking this very slow. Like, there's a lot going on here. And if he is in fact trying to play these mind games with you, and I don't know why I was seeing this, but that he is back on the market, these mind games, he's back on the market. It's very heavy energy, my beautiful collective. I think you know what I'm trying to say. For the right collective, that will make sense to you. All right, so let's actually get the tarot and break this down a little bit more for you. What does the... Oh, heavy energy, heavy. All right. What does the universe, your teams, what do they want you to know? Which tarot am I going to get? I feel like I need to get the angel deck again today. All right, I feel like angels. Angels. All right, let's get that angel deck today. Let's just see what's around. I'm just going to bring that energy out again. All right. Let's just see. I will say as well, I don't know if you can see this, if the light through the camera shows, but it's got very dark in here all of a sudden. So let's see what's going on. I'm struggling a bit with these cards. All right, let's see. All right. What does this beautiful collective need to know? What does this beautiful collective need to know? This, I'm just going to pull this out. This actually came out, Page of Wands. That was actually our first card, so I'm going to take it. That fell out, although I haven't finished splitting the deck yet. So let's have a look. All right, so this is your energy at the moment. This is your overall energy that we're just pulling for this connection, and really what your teams need to know. So we've got 8 of Swords, which doesn't surprise me. So you're both in a lot of mind ache at the moment. There's real barriers around you. You're not quite sure which direction to take at the moment, which is understandable. So 8 of Swords is anxiety as well. It's almost like a self-imprisonment as well. So really, I always said it's like a battling with your own demons type of energy is the 8 of Swords. But at the same time, we've then got Judgment here as well. So I think this is really what you're trying to step into. So just confirming what we were talking about before. So Judgment is all around, being called to your higher purpose. It's like Archangel Gabriel, blows his trumpet and then really just, awakens you to your journey and to what you need to be doing in this world. Really what your destiny is, why you've been brought here. And I think that this is, the energy that you're in at the moment is you're really on this healing journey. You're really trying to step into your life's purpose. But yeah, at the same time, we've got this 8 of Swords energy because of what's going on with this masculine. So let's have a look. Just break this down a little bit further. All right, so we'll just get a few more just for your top row, just to see what's going on here. What's happening? All right, so we'll take these to start with. I absolutely, as they appear. So we've got the Death card, Page of Wands, Death card. We've got Five of Cups in the reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse. And I'll take this in the upright, but then we've got the Chariot. Very interesting cards to come through. So Page of Wands is really this masculine, right? So he's currently a Page of Wands at the moment, which is it's quite immature energy. So I feel like that there's new action going on around you at the moment. Also, it could be a fire sign as well. So it could be Leo, Sagittarius, Aries as well. You could actually be dealing with a fire sign. There's also just it's action, right? But it's very immature action, that Page of Wands, which is, I think, the energy that this masculine is in at the moment. It's very almost like he doesn't know which direction to go yet. It's just very like, I just heard the word rambunctious, which is not the word I normally use, but it's just it's very like, don't know which direction to go. There's a lot of energy going around, but not really sure which way to direct it. It's very much that Page of Wands energy. Like, certainly haven't stepped into like a King of Wands, you know. It's just very it's just very immature energy is what I'm feeling. And then we've got the Death card here as well. So the Death card is all around new beginnings, so closing out cycles, new beginnings, which is what this masculine is trying to do. Is he's trying to close out these cycles, which is what we were hearing. So really karmic cycles. I think, as I said, I think there's a lot of karmic energy going on around this masculine at the moment. And this is really, you know, quite a main block for him. And he's trying to be closing this out really with that Death card, you know. Also, I just saw the World card as well, you know, so it's all around those new beginnings. You could also be seeing the number 10 as well. I just heard 10. I mean, I know this is number 13, but I just heard the number 10. You could be seeing 10, 10 a lot just for new cycles. But given this is number 13, you could also be seeing a lot of 13s as well. So maybe 13, 10, 13. I just saw that as well. But then we've got Five of Cups in the reverse. Five of Cups in the upright is really around deep regret, is the Five of Cups. It's also just a really sad card, the Five of Cups. It's just a lot of, you know, emotional, sad, emotional energy. And I really think that that's what's happening around your masculine at the moment. But he's trying to come out of that, you know, the divine masculine is trying to come out of that Five of Cups energy. He's trying to, like I said, with that Death card, he's trying to step into something new here. And he's really sick and tired. I'm just seeing that sick and tired card again, you know, with that dog that's sitting there on that seat, you know, really feeling really quite sorry for themselves. And I think that this is, you know, this masculine here. And then we've got the Queen of Cups, but the Queen of Cups are in reverse. So once again, talking, you know, to that, you know, lack of emotional fulfillment here, lack of emotional intelligence is what I just heard. You know, I also heard that there's a lot of insecurity as well around this masculine, which is what's happening because he is trying to close out, you know, a lot of messiness going on in his life at the moment. So he is very much in that reverse Queen of Cups energy. I also heard jealousy as well, quite a jealous energy. Or very much as well as like a wounded feminine energy. I just heard that, which, like I said, my beautiful collective, you know, if this is in fact your collective, if you're resonating with this and this is really not the energy, you know, like I said, I'm just here for advice, but it's very heavy energy. And I think you really need to be asking yourself if this is what you deserve. And then we've got the Chariot. So there's a lot of conservative. Okay, I am pleased to see this card though, right? Is I think that despite all of this energy, despite what's happening in this masculine's life, he's still got a lot of determination to get through this. Right, so I'm actually pleased to see this card here, right? So this is ultimately the outcome that he wants. It's just to get through this, and he's really trying to push through. So I am happy to see this card. I feel comforted when I see this card, but so I mean, not all hope is lost. Despite as a reader, I channel energy, so I can feel as feeling. The reason why I'm feeling so heavy is because obviously I'm feeling you, so I'm just feeling this frustration with you, and all of these feelings of, of being not enough and feeling like you're going 10 steps back again. I can feel that from you. And also I can feel what's happening with this masculine as well. Like I said, it's just a lot going on here. All right, so we've got Page of Wands, which is this masculine at the moment, is real Page of Wands energy. All right, and then under that, then we've got Four of Swords, which doesn't surprise me to see the Four of Swords underneath Page of Wands, because he is feeling very overwhelmed at the moment. So this Page of Wands and then Four of Swords. So Four of Swords is all around just really a real overwhelm. There's a lot of real mind ache going on here. Like he's having to take time out simply because he's just feeling so overwhelmed at the moment, which is confirming everything that we've already seen in the cards today. So then under Death, we've got the Five of Pentacles. Once again, doesn't surprise me that this card has come under here, because this is what he's trying to close out. I think this is also with you as well. So the Five of Pentacles is all around being up. It's very much about being out in the cold. In fact, when you see that, in the original deck, there's people, they've got, carrying their burdens, on their back. They're very weighed down. They're out in that snow, very much out in the cold, which is how he feels. This is what he's trying to close this out, right? He's trying to bring an end to this. But also, too, I think this is the connection with the two of you. So this masculine does feel very much out in the cold. As I said, there's a real distance between the two of you. I think this is why he sent this message. It's because he's wanting to come out of the cold here. But he's very aware of the distance and the time that it's taken, for the two of you to come back into alignment again. He's very aware of it. All right, so Five of Cups in the reverse. Five of Cups in reverse. Then we've got Ten of Pentacles. Oh, this is what I mean. So he's really wanting to come out of this Five of Cups. Really, that's what he's trying to focus on, and he's wanting to come through to these Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is all about completion. When I was talking about completion before, which is why I think you're seeing a lot of 10-10s at the moment. Also, October. I just had October could be an important month for you guys. Something about October being the 10th month. But this is what he wants. He wants that Ten of Pentacles ending with you. It's all around a wish fulfillment. It's all about financial abundance and success as well. Ten of Pentacles, which is what he's trying to come into with you. I think both financially and also with you, as he wants a Ten of Pentacles. Well, that card wanted to come out. Oh, look, and so he wants to go from I even said before the King of Wands, and the King of Wands has come out. So he wants to go from a Queen of Cups, and in reverse. Right, so we're talking about, that jealousy, that real, needy energy, really anxious energy. So coming through from that Queen of Cups in reverse, and he wants to come through into this King of Wands. So the King of Wands is a really beautiful energy. Like he's really, strong, confident, knows exactly what he wants, knows which direction he's going. You know, real a man of action, you know, is what I heard, which is what he wants to come into, you know, with the Ten of Pentacles. He wants his Ten of Pentacles. He wants to be the King of Wands. He wants to come out of the Five of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Cups in reverse. All right. And then we've got Chariot. Also, the King of Wands I've just heard as well. So the King of Wands is also action, and action towards you. I heard that is he really wants to, but it's also like healthy action. Like it's not, you know, wounded masculine action towards you. Like it's really concerted. Like he knows what he wants. And it's healthy, coming towards you in the right way. That's what I wanted to say, coming towards you in the right way. All right, Chariot. This last one. I will take this. This needs to be up the right way though. So we've got Three of Cups, which is all around union, right? So it's friendship. It's my friendship card, but it's also my union cup. You know, meeting. It's also like the coffee cup. You know, in it's like my coffee cup card for those of you that have watched my readings before. The little black deck. So the coffee cup. Which is what this masculine wants. He wants to come through to you. He wants concerted effort. You know, he wants to charge you on his chariot. He wants to come through with that offer of my coffee cup is really what I'm seeing. That's what he wants. It's what he wants, my beautiful collective, but he's got a lot of heavy energy going on around him at the moment. I feel comforted that he knows what's wrong though, and he is trying to take steps to rectify everything. But I think you really need to be asking yourself if this is the right time to, you know, have union at least before you reach out to this masculine again. All right, so what I want to do is I want to get next steps. So I'm going to get back this little black card, black deck again. And I just want to see what next steps are. Next steps for this masculine. What's going on? What's next for this connection? Just going to split this deck again. All right, what's next in this connection? And I feel like I need to get one more just to see what's going to happen. One more. Okay, so lightning. So sudden change, shocking news, surprise. This is my, I think that's you as well. I think that is how you felt. You know, it was shocking when this masculine's popped up. It's also my message of coming through as well. So very quickly, in a shocking way, right? So very quickly coming through to you. Yeah, that's really interesting that would happen. I think what's happened is that he's only sort of liked something. I definitely think that you've got a message, an actual message coming through. Oh, look at this. So we've got love, so unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection. This is how this masculine is feeling towards you. Also to you as well. I think this is exactly how you're feeling towards this masculine as well. But there's a lot of love here between the two of you. I think you both know how special you are to each other. Karmic relationships. So there are a lot of karmic cycles, as I keep saying, that's going on with this masculine. And I don't necessarily think that this is another woman or another romantic relationship, I should say, or like a feminine energy. or really any kind of romantic relationship, let's be honest, not just necessarily feminine, but any kind of other romantic relationship. I don't know if it's that, or if we're talking something like a family influence or a business influence here as well. I think that's really big. You would know what I'm talking about for the right collective, but I think that's and for some time that's still going to be an influence here. And here we go. So this is the truth, revelation, solidarity, force. This is really my Ace of Swords card. It's like that real revelation, that, that source, that shocking news, that lightning that just comes out of nowhere. I think definitely that's how it comes through to you. It's out of nowhere. This a contact has come through on your social media. But I think that you've got a message coming through to you. And there is something that this masculine will be revealing to you. And then we've got addictions. Well, we know that. So that has also come up a couple of times as well. So we've got karmic relationships, addictions. This is what this masculine is going through. I think this masculine will be going through this for a little while yet. But like I said, I definitely think that you've got, with the clarity, with the revelation, and then also with the lightning, I think that you've got something coming through to you. In addition to what you've already got. And then we've got engagement rings, so partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union. This is definitely what this masculine's got on his mind, is union with you. Like we've seen that in the tarot. This is definitely what he's thinking about. You also may have spoken about this. I just heard that as well. You may have spoken about being engaged when you guys were together, or just a really serious commitment when you guys were together before you separated. But this is also what this masculine wants as well, as he does ultimately want that 10 of Pentacles with you. He wants to make that concerted effort. He's just got a lot going on at the moment, my beautiful collective. There's just a lot, and it keeps coming up. And we've got this addiction card here again. So, controlling, obsession as well. I just heard that that's relevant for some of you. But also, substances, gambling. He's dealing with this. And then once again, I'm just seeing that card that we pulled through in when we're looking at the pictures, around toxic relationships around him. He's just going through a lot. So my advice would be is, I know that something's just come through, and it's just take it slow. That is my advice. Take it slow. You know what's going on in his life. None of this is new. I just heard that as well. None of this is new to you. You do understand the barriers that are within this masculine's life. And this is all part of the journey. He has to go through this. This is all part of him healing out his shadow, which I think he's very much aware of as well. And that's why he's trying to heal. He's trying to move through it. But I'm just getting the sense that that it's not something that you've got your own stuff to be dealing with, that you shouldn't be burdened with this as well. And this is all part of your masculine's healing journey. Like he has to go through it. He has to walk through the fire. So if you do respond, I would just proceed with caution is what I'm hearing. Proceed with love, but proceed with caution. All right. So then I'm going to get some message cards as well. I just feel like I need to get those for you. I won't get too many of these for this reading. I've actually completely lost track of time. So this reading might be going on for a little bit longer, but I feel like you probably want to get some message cards from this masculine. So what does this masculine want to say? All right. Let's go. So what does this masculine want to say? All right. I think these ones came out to start with. So we've got, oh, wow. So we've got exactly what I said before. So it was the Ace of Swords, right? Revelation. Something's coming through to you, which means I definitely think something is on its way. And then then I'm sorry. So I think this is something you is probably playing on your mind a lot as well. There's something here that he wants to apologize for. Something really heavy. You know this, so for the right collective, you know what I'm talking about here. I could be your hero, baby. He really wants this. This is why, we're seeing the Chariot card. That real concerted effort. He wants to be this for you. I could be your hero. He wants that. Number 16, that could be in something as well. Also 91. What have we got here? So have I lost everything? It's definitely the question he's asking when he thinks about you. Also, if it's been a little bit of time, if you kept him waiting, if he has sent him a really dry message like hi, which is super frustrating to you, or if he's just gone and liked a message, then, and if you've left him waiting for a little while, then this will also be playing on his mind right now, right? So number 69, that's also a very much a twin flame number as well, the number 69. It's also a Pisces number. It's a Pisces energy. Pisces could be significant here. The number 7, let me have you. Yep, we know that's what he's thinking. And then it says, I think we should see other people. And then we've got the number 1, so the Ace of Pentacles as well. So I think we should see other people. I don't think this is what he's thinking now, but I think this is probably something that you guys spoke about when you separated, is what I've just heard. And I think that this is part of that third party that he made you feel like. And I think this is really going over in his mind a lot. And you've got the I'm sorry. I think this is really going over in his mind, is how you guys parted ways. And then we've got the 1 of Pentacles as well. So really it's, the universe trying to grant you that new beginning, which is what this masculine wants with you, is this new beginning is really what he's wanting. I think you just need to ask yourself if he's in a position at the moment to be able to offer you what you need. All right, so other numbers you could be seeing here is 3, 1, 31. That could also be a significant number. And 13. So 13 actually came up before. So I think the number 13 is very important for this collective as well, the number 13. Okay, so look, I'm going to leave it there. That was some pretty heavy energy, my beautiful collective. So look, you've got this. I know you've got this. I'm just being told to remind you again that everything happens for a reason. Your masculine is going through a really tough time at the moment, but it's all part of healing out his shadow. And you've got some really amazing things going on around you at the moment. So I know this has put you into really heavy energy. But yeah, I'm just being reminded to remind you that it all has to happen for a reason, and just to trust in divine timing. Trust in just letting go. It's another layer that you just got to let go. I just heard the words let go, let God. It could be mean something to this collective as well. Let go, let God. This is what I heard. Beautiful. All right, so thank you so much, my beautiful collective. That is the end of the reading. If you could please like and subscribe to this channel, it would be really great as well. Obviously, not only does it help me, but it helps these messages actually get out to those that need to hear them. So that would be lovely as well. All right, thank you so much. I will see you in the next reading.